Yes.
I'm a huge Beck fan.
Awesome. So am I.
Explain a little bit about.
Maybe in a little bit. You hit the one spot. People don't ever believe me. I get so embarrassed singing. Maybe in a little bit, like after we're done, I'll sing as y'all leave the room and I'll hide under the table. But I get, it's real different when you stand on stage and sing. And people anybody that's ever seen the Voice of Sport shows will know I always cheat and bring the lyrics on stage with me. It's not usually because I don't know lyrics, it's that I hide behind them because I can't stand to see people like, oh wow, this is awkward. But when I'm on stage and there are a lot of lights in my face, I can't see anybody. So I'm totally, that's what I said, I might have to hide under the table. But right now, I know that everybody would know it's me, so I might have to wait a few minutes. So I'm not saying I'm not gonna sing, but it's not gonna be right this second. You'll see me turn color similar, not exact, but close to my hair color. So see y'all, who is at opening ceremonies? So y'all realize my hair is a different color now. So is my shower curtain. I shouldn't, we're actually still in the hotel, I shouldn't say that loud. Yes, all the ones with all my fingers pointing at you. Yes.
Are you signing autographs today or no?
I don't know, am I signing today? I think I'm signing tomorrow. What? Hang on, wait, Dala will refer to the trustee schedule. Tomorrow at 1:30 is what it says. Is that what it says? Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow at 1:30. Awesome. Yes. Yeah.
First, I just wanted to say that after watching Beck, that show was a lot of my motivation and inspiration for going out and starting a band and all that.
Oh, that's so rad.
Something I'm working on right now. And I was just wondering, between the DJing that you do and the rock music that you do, what's your favorite?
There's no. Come watch me on stage tonight. My DJing is my first love because and people that are close to me and that live with me and that are around me 24 hours a day know it's almost like an exorcism for me. I have like a hockey temper. And the only reason there are not a trail of dead bodies behind me is the fact that I can put headphones on and just go insane for like 4 or 5 hours. And it really is. Huh?
Need some music on this time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? I got in a fight with somebody actually about what happened last year on stage. I actually got into a fist fight over I was at a party having a drink and this person goes, yeah, you said it Boston sucked last year. And I was like, really? Well, I haven't heard you play. I don't remember seeing anybody lining up for a wristband to see you, yo. Like, I got in this person's face. It didn't help that they waited until I had a few tequila sunrises. What happened? I always love explaining technical fouls later. What happened? I came around to the front of the stage because I was playing that weird version of Message in a Bottle. What happened? My headphone cord caught the fader and pulled it all the way over. Well, I could still hear it in my headphones, so I was still like. At the front of the stage, I just totally killed this chair. It wasn't until and people originally, my brother was there watching, and he goes, people thought that was on purpose until it went on a little too long. And so at first people were like. And then I was listening, clapping, and having a good time, and I see. I'm like, oh my God. And it's one of those things that when you're trying to put out a fire super fast with an audience watching, you don't know what to look for. So I just grabbed the CD and jumped on Randy's set and started something else until we could figure out what was, because it could be anything from an equipment malfunction, but it's one of the things I love about playing live. I can't stand, part of the fun of playing live is things screw up. And when you record, I meet DJs all the time now, they're like, oh, here's my demo, I'm awesome. And I'm like, oh, are well, you know, I'd like to come see you live. I don't ever trust anything I hear on a CD because you can fix it. Like, you can go back and make it perfect on CD. But I love watching people play live. And even some big name DJs, I've seen, you know, things like that happen on stage all the time. But watching how people deal with it is my favorite. Because, like, I've had equipment malfunctions or I've had a CD that was scratched, and I always, like, break it and throw it over my shoulder and just keep going. Like, to me, the thing that's more important is that the party keeps going and not, like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't believe I messed up. Like, to me, it's more like, oh yeah, wait, boom, here's a new song. So, like, you can hope that I'll mess up tonight, but even if I do, I'm still going to laugh about it later. Just remember not to bring it up after I've had a few drinks. Someone at Anime Next will tell you that's not a good idea at all. Anyway, who's next? Yes, in the back. Yes, you. Actually, I didn't get into voice acting specifically on purpose. I've been acting really before I knew there was a name for it. But I've been acting in theater and commercials and films since I was a little kid. And the funny thing is, I think a lot of people think because I've been an anime fan since I was a teenager, that it was, oh, he was such a super fanboy, he wanted to be a voice actor. I never watched anything in English. I was that guy that hated on the dub. I was totally that fan. That was me. That's what you get when you hate too much. So, like, the next time you want to hate on something, like, you might end up doing it for a living. But like, I ended up doing this for a living the same way I do everything, by accident. Like, I know a bunch of actors that were doing this, and they gave my name to Matt Greenfield and Stephen Foster at ADV Films. The show was Spriggan. They were looking for somebody to play McDougal. And luckily they found Kevin Korn, who went on to play Daisuke and Dean Angel with me. But they didn't have a lot of young actors at the time, and you can't always use children because they get distracted and they can't, you know, work for long hours. And so my friends Monica and Chris went to the people at ADV and they're like, look, we know this guy is in his 30s. He sounds like he's 12. You should call him. And I was working at a law firm at the time. And so actually it's one of those weird things, like I didn't go looking for work. It actually came to find me at the law firm. Luckily, that was also the law firm that was the outside counsel for a very large oil and gas company that got in a lot of trouble. I can't say their name, but it rhymes with Enron. So that lawyer job ended. And I wasn't a lawyer. I worked in the IT group. I'm actually a little wirehead, so like that makes sense.
Right on, man! Right on!
Like, no, he doesn't do computer stuff. He's ADD, plays video games, he watches anime. No, he wouldn't be an IT guy. But yeah, so that's what I was doing. But they came and found me, and it was just one of those things that I've always enjoyed performing, and I've always liked acting, but I've never actually thought I would do it for a long term, mainly because when you do stage acting, it's almost like being married to everyone in the show. You rehearse every night, and then you're in close, like, rehearsals, you know, quarters with these people, and then you do a show with them for sometimes 6, 7, 8 weeks. And by the end of the show, like, you know these people too well. And like I said, I have a hockey temper, and that's not always the best combination. Ow! I hit myself in the teeth with a microphone. It really hurt. But voice acting was different because I only had to get along with 2 people, a director and a sound engineer, and it was really neat because I was performing, but I was like only doing a part of it, and I never got to hear the whole thing until after the DVD came out. And it was just because I was interested in anime, and you know, I was an anime fan as a teenager. It was just really interesting, and then it was just a really good fit. But people ask me that question all the time nowadays because they want to get involved in voice acting, and I will say this, and it'll probably make me sound like a old fuddy-duddy,